People be like, I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese.
Man.
How you guys doing, everyone? Cheers. Tired of saying, how you doing tonight, today? But I have to say it, you know. How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from this beautiful world? But now after one more sip. Oh, we're not there yet.
That was quick.
Yeah, what a show! What a show!
Nice show. Okay.
Good show. Yeah.
No, thank you guys for being here. Got a great panel tonight as well. As always, excuse me. Cheers to Chadeo, Bumpy Isms, and Lori Sparkle Fins, or Mrs. Art by Sparkle. Cheers to you. All right. And of course, myself, Beer Man. Cheers to Burley Sullivan. Burley just popped in. Cheers, buddy. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with the same old fucking thing we always do. This one last week was open table with the alcohol. This one is beer and cheese. So
We don't talk about last week. As good as it was.
All right. So show and tell first, and then we'll get into the reviews. Let's go ahead and bring up Chadeo. Right about now.
What am I going to show you?
I don't
Big
know.
old clump of cheese, and this is half of it still. It's Murray's Roth Casa Havarti Plain, KSE Havarti Plain Havarti, and put the brick down. This is what it looks like. Just cut it up nicely.
Beautiful.
And the beer I'm pairing with, I hope it works. It is a Samuel Smith's Nut Brown. Picked up a bottle last night at the liquor store by 222. So I thought this would be a good beer to try with this cheese. Crack it open. Pour. Glug, glug.
Glug, glug, glug.
Oh, no. Oh.
That is a hell of a fantastic beer.
Yep, I stopped it in time. That's what it looks like in the glass.
You're good.
Awesome, man. It looks great. Okay, Chadeo, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Excuse me. Jesus.
All right. I'm not sure how this is going to keep trending, but I got one from Roth cheese. It does say creamy texture, so Alex would probably like it. Rich and complex. I have a French onion Havarti.
Oh, that sounds
flavor.
wonderful.
2 for $5 at your local market basket. I haven't taken it out of the package yet. Hopefully this is an easy open top. I think it was. So here we go. All right. I just want to surprise myself with
Everyone's thinking of party.
It's very it's not hard, like super hard. I can kind of feel the softness as I'm trying to press it out of the package. Oh, sticky. It's like cream cheese. Wow, yeah, you can smell all of that French onion smell. So yeah, so that's what it's looking like without being cut up. I'll show you more as I get into it. What I figured that I would hopefully pair with this. I got a glass here. This is the closest thing that can resemble that I have the type of glassware that you would need for the beer I have. This happens to be a Jim Beam glass.
Cool.
Unseen Creatures.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. So Unseen Creatures is out of Florida. Miami, Florida. It says brewed and packaged by Unseen Creatures Brewing and Blending, Miami, Florida. Time Moves Slow is the name of this beer, and it is a Kolsch style ale at 5%.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, that's Unseen Creatures logo. It's some owl with like deer horns on it. Yeah.
Cool. I like that.
So we'll give it a little pour here. See what it looks like. It should look like a Kolsch.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, indeed.
Most definitely does. Beautiful looking brew with that fairly tight knit, sudsy white head and good carbonation coming up through a golden clear beer.
Yeah, dude, that looks great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll sock it to you with your
Cool,
socks
man.
on the glass.
Right.
Cheers, man.
You guys
Cheers.
are slow tonight.
I feel a little slow right now. I do feel slow. All right. Thanks, Bumpy. On to Sparkle. Here you go.
Okay. I have from Wood River a cheddar Gruyere, and it's a natural semi-hardy cheese.
Mm.
And it cut real nice. I set it out for a while, which was really good. Now it says that it, it's sort of a semi-soft. So I have it right here in my little tray.
That's cute. I like that.
And let's see. Now for the beer. Just set this down. My hubby went to the store yesterday to get some things, and he came back with 3 beers for me. And this one I thought was pretty darn cute. It's Stone Buenaveza Salt and Lime Lager.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that is tasty. It says lager, salt, and lime added. 4.7%. Nice and light. Hopefully it has some body to it. But I thought that would be interesting. And it is brewed at, she said, without her glasses. Not for long.
Mexican Goza.
Okay. Stone Brewing in Escondido, California. Also Richmond, Virginia. So that's
Nice.
what it is.
I do like that can art. That is pretty cool.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So let me just give this beauty a pour. Right.
In the big old 19.2 stovepipe.
Well, that's a long way to go. Very clear. So that should be interesting.
Looks great.
And the booze are coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing that review. Hopefully they work out. Thank you, Sparkle. Cheers to you. All right. Okay. So I hope this doesn't make people mad that we're wanting to review this with me. I forgot who I talked to about it, but I didn't have time to go get a beer, so it was in my cooler already. I'm going to do the Sierra Nevada's Imperial Stout. It's a Narwhal, the barrel-aged Narwhal. $6.50 for the can in a 16. It's 11.9%. Everyone kind of knows to some degree where Sierra Nevada is, but I'll tell you anyway. Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. Yeah. So this was canned 2/6/24, so it's really fresh. Jeez. Let's open it up. In a Guinness glass, as I break all my other ones. Let's do it away from the keyboard and everything else. That almost went everywhere. All right. So it's got a nice little cascade
Oh,
effect going on. Big old head. 11.9. I mean, it's got a really nice retention. It's kind of holding up real solid and stiff. We'll get into it though. It looks great. Cool. That's that. And I'm doing the same cheese I did last week because like I said, I didn't have time to get anything today. I had some of this left. It's the Cathedral City, the mature English cheddar cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I don't know how long it was aged, but it doesn't say. May 2nd, 2024 is when it's goodbye, I think, or something. But this is it. Again, nice white cheddar, English cheddar. Hopefully that'll go good with that big beer. All right, so let's go ahead and let's bring up Chadeo for the full review. Cheers.
I have to do the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Just kidding. So again, here's the Havarti. I cut it up nicely. I plan on making probably spaghetti or something later. I'll try to melt this down as much as I can to put in the sauce.
Oh,
But yeah, its color, yellowish, whitish in color. It's very squishy, very soft. You just ball it up, and just kind of play with it and make a little cheese ball out of it, almost like a cheese curd.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, there you go. Smells like Play-Doh. No, I'm just kidding, but getting a little sweetness off of it. A little bit of like saltiness. It smells creamy. I'm just sniffing it, and my mouth is watering. So, cheese.
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 Excuse me. Very creamy, buttery. Yeah, very creamy, buttery. It's clean. I'm not getting any like grassy notes or horse blankety or off flavors. It's just it's a good melty cheese for sure. Yeah, like the buttery goodness from it. Almost refreshing yet makes you thirsty. So I guess that brings the beer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I've got the Samuel Smith Nut Brown Ale. Color is kind of an amber hueish brown to it. The head is pretty much gone already. Be careful. This is a chip. This is my chip glass. Throw away probably.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Aroma. Nutty. Malty. It smells like roasted, like roasted nut. Yeah, it's definitely the roasted barley in there. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
It's good. I like it. Nice nut flavor to it. Very approachable. It's 5%, so it's not like, hold on, I'm gonna go crazy on this. But yeah, the roasted barley is good. It's good with the nut flavors. Gosh, I can't get that down. Medium-ish mouthfeel, but the flavor does linger. The nuttiness lingers on the tongue. It's very pleasant, very approachable, very drinkable. All right, let's go with cheese before beer. Chubber.
It chubbers.
Chubbers.
Okay.
I have a chubbers.
Two chubbers.
Okay. kind of afraid of this. The beer kind of overpowers it, but it's really nice though. It gives it a nice creaminess, a nice moistness. But yeah, it's just kind of like buttery nuttery. There we go. Buttery,
Another better peanut butter.
roasty. Yeah, that's a good combination. Now, Bircha beer.
Yeah.
Bircha.
Narch.
Bircha, eh?
Yeah. Hey, bro.
But definitely the beer overpowers the cheese. Yeah, I couldn't really taste the cheese that way, but cheese before beer, it's pleasant. You know, at first I was like, okay, it's overpowering, but then as I was talking, I was starting to get the notes of both. Very delicious, very pleasant, yummy. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Chadeo. Okay, so let's bring up Bumpy next. Yeah.
Bumpy next.
Bumpy next.
All right. So I'm gonna do this Kolsch right now. Looks pretty good from afar like that. Looks better. Some aromas on this. Just get like a little bit of a breadiness. Getting closer. Yeah, it's like it's a breadiness, and it's like still pink bubble gum, but it's like stale. It's like not vibrant bubble gum. It's got this
Already been chewed.
Yeah, like a lot of
On the
that bubble
bedpost.
gum gone. You just kinda
ABC gum is always ABC gum is the best gum.
I know there's something pink in there type smell.
Come on the bedpost.
All right, let's dive on in here. Cheers.
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 It's a medium body. Carbonation is spritzy, moderate, very drying beer, very bready. It's very bread forward. Other than that, there's like no real pizzazz to this. There's a hoppiness, but it seems to be kind of like almost like woodsy, earthy toned. A lot of Kolsch's, at least the ones I've had, have been, and I've had them from Cologne, Germany. Not fresh, obviously, because they get shipped over here, but those seem to be like more on the like kind of citrus and bright side. This is kind of earthy tone, woodsy. It's a darker side of a Kolsch style, I would say.
Wow.
Definitely
Crazy.
different than any Kolsch I've ever had. Beyond the breadiness, the woodsy, earthy tones. That's pretty much it. Yeah, there's not much else to this one. It's somewhat refreshing. I think if it was brighter, if it had those citrusy type notes and stuff like that, then it would just it'd be much more refreshing. Because drinking citrusy type fruits and stuff is better than eating the earth.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? This might work very well with this French onion Havarti, which I've yet to try. I did cut it up though. It's very sticky. And this was a pain in the butt to get off the knife. It was also kind of weird to cut because it kind of like wanted to fold under the knife as I'm cutting it. Yeah, it's a lot of French onion. It's French onion dip. Reminds me of French onion lays, which is not a good thing. I had a bad childhood memory. All right. Bon appetitis.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's like butter.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It just melts. Like you could be a Gumby and eat this. You don't even need teeth.
Oh, cool. I'm kind of almost there.
I'm mashing it up with the tongue in my roof of my mouth. So yeah.
You could be an old person with only gums.
Yep.
As far as the texture goes for a cheese, it's not something I'm digging. I like a little bit of a firmness. The cheese itself, I would say, is kind of like creamy, buttery. And then it just like you just get hit with French onion. It's like I'm eating French onion dip for the most part.
Yeah.
Do any of you have integrity to it?
Ooh, you could melt it over broccoli.
All right, that one was a little bit stiffer.
That sounds good.
And that was a piece I cut more from the middle. The edges definitely seem to be a little bit more of that mushy side. All right. That's all I can get out of the cheese. It really is like eating French onion dip with a touch of cheese to it. So let's eat some cheese again and then drink some beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chippers.
Just coat my mouth with it. All over there. Wow. All right. Yeah. It works. It's kind of like it almost makes it okay. There's some type of a spread. Maybe it's it's like a chive. So it'd be like a cream cheese chive.
Cream cheese and chive.
Yeah. And then you take a Ritz cracker,
Mm-hmm.
so a buttery Ritz, and you spread that cream cheese and chive on it. That's what happens with the beer and the cheese. It washes down some of the French oniony stuff. You are left with that onion, that chive like note, and it mixes when you get the butteriness and the creaminess out of the cheese and the breadiness just comes right through in the beer. So that's pretty interesting. It's just like a buttery Ritz with chive cream cheese. Let's drink the beer, then eat some cheese and see what happens that way. Cheers.
Cheers, Ted.
Bert. John.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it just takes a while longer to start getting any of the flavor notes out of the cheese. After drinking the beer, I'm left with kind of that woodsy, earthy tone. Just kind of lingers on for a while, and then you start to notice like that butteriness from the cheese, which is kind of like glass, and then all of a sudden it kicks in, and now I'm just left with that French onion dip flavor, just lingering on. So it works. It does work either way. I mean, obviously the biggest surprise and most applauding flavor was the beer after the cheese. So, or cheese before beer, however you want to say it. So,
Cheers. Yeah.
cheers.
Lingers on and on.
All right, man. Cheers, Bumpy. Good lacing on that too. That actually looks quite nice in the glass. That's a nice looking Kolsch. Sounded different, but
It is different. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah, when I come to kind of placing it,
right.
we'll see. It definitely works with this cheese though. So that's what I wanted mostly.
Good.
So,
That's good. Cool, man. All right. Thanks, Bump. Cheers.
cheers.
Yes.
Sparkle.
All right. I think I'll try me some cheese first. fairly strong cheddar. Very creamy. Slightly salty. Buttery for sure. I didn't sniff it, but it sniffs like it tastes, actually.
Huh.
You know how sometimes, well, like ocean salt, you can smell that salt. Sea air. But actually it's pleasant. I have had this before. I don't believe I've had it with a lager. So kind of interesting.
Cheezers. Oh man, look at this. I'm late. Goodness.
No problem.
Wow. Shut it down, please.
Yeah, so it lightly coats the roof of the mouth, but you can still like get it off the roof of your mouth, if you know what I mean. But it's very pleasant. I would say on the low end of sharp. It's not extra sharp, but definitely tasty. Okay. We still have bubbles floating up. Some lacing on the glass. Definitely floating on the top. Little tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
All right. Let's see what this sniffs like.
Smellers. Oh, nosers.
Sniff, sniff.
I can smell a little bit of lime. I don't notice a lot of salt. Like I did in the cheese, I could actually smell a little of the salt in the cheese. Yeah, very, very, very mild lime citrus. All right. Hopefully it's well blended and doesn't make me go like this.
Cheers. Cheers. Prost.
Chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Not happy. Not bland, which I'm glad about, although it is quite light. Oh, that's weird. Definitely some saltiness, but it's more like if you took some grains of salt and put it on your tongue, and then that aftertaste, it's not like a sea salt, it's like an iodized salt.
Mm.
And it just stays there. It doesn't become sweet or anything. Although bringing some air in on the tongue, it does go to a little bit of sweetness, and it negates some of that salt, but it leaves a funny feeling on the tongue, like iodized salt.
Mm.
Interesting. It's not a bad flavor. It's more like the lime rind. I would have preferred to have a little more lime to it. Maybe like a Mexican beer, where you squeeze the lime in it.
Yeah.
Slightly bitter, definitely on the back end. Not too bad. Let's see what the cheese does, especially since it is a little salty. Okay.
Cheezers.
Cheezer. Yeah. Chip ears.
Cheers.
No, I don't think I'm allergic, Shredda. Wow, that brought out that iodized feeling. But it did balance out the beer flavor. So it was, but it left a little prickly something. That's weird. A little prickly on the tongue. That's weird. I'm going to try it once more with that. I think I took too little of a piece.
All right.
Do a whole handful.
Chug that beer.
Yeah, I'm supposed to only be eating liquids until
Oh
tomorrow.
no.
That's
Oh.
why I cut it so thin and I'm only eating a little bit.
Once you digest it, it becomes liquid.
Yeah.
I will remind the doctor of that tomorrow. Actually, that helped, taking a little bit bigger piece. It blends pretty well, but the cheese is definitely dominant. Definitely.
Wow.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Beer's chat.
Beer first.
First, Jeff.
Cheese is still dominant. Still get that same mouthfeel. Cheese over beers it just a little. And that little bit of lime does come through. But it's not a bad balance. I think it's good. I don't think I'd buy the beer again. It wouldn't be my first choice at all. But I'm glad it wasn't a dud.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Ah!
Cheers. All right. On to me. On to me. I gotta swig this down on it. All right. So cheers to everyone in the chat that have showed up in the last 5 minutes or so. And everyone also that have been here from the beginning. Cheers to you guys. Thank you very much for showing up and showing your love for us, for everyone, for the day, for the moment, for the hour. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start reviewing some beer here. This is the Narwhal. Not start, we've been doing it. This is the Barrel Aged Narwhal, the Imperial Stout at 11.9%. I don't know ABVs, but it is very fresh. It's like a month old. That's what it looks like. Nice black, dark, or if anything, dark chocolate looking. It looks oily. Actually looks like a Guinness, and it's in a Guinness glass. So that's cool. It's got a cocoa colored head. Definitely cocoa-ish. Almost like a red hue around it, kind of oily. It's very good retention for as big of a beer as it is. With all that alcohol, you'd expect that to kind of go away, sort of, but it's there, and I like that. So can't see through it. It's opaque. Probably I can't even see the bubbles, so I don't know what carbonation's like. I can't tell you that. On the nosers. Woo. So right away I get, well, you do get a little barrel. There is that barrelish kind of punch there, but you're getting a huge like raisin date like thing, dark. Let's say dark fruit. Very rich, like molasses, almost like a toffee molasses kind of thing. A little bit of a espresso coffee. Everything's very rich. It's very rich in the nose. It's got a sweetness in the nose as well. Nice sweetness. I wouldn't say it almost pushes kind of a cloying sweetness. Vanilla comes through. Chocolate is kind of on the outer skirts of it, like a little bit of chocolate there, a little like a baker's chocolate kind of thing, or maybe like a sweet, semi-sweet chocolate. But more of that big like raisin kind of datey kind of thing. Very big like whiff of dark fruits comes through right away. Caramely, like caramel 120 plus, something of that sorts. As far as like the malts that they put in, it's very caramely, very toffee. Well, not toffee, almost like a butterscotchy, like a diacetyl butteriness.
Hmm.
Wow. All right. I haven't had this in a while. It's been like 3 years since I've had this thing. I believe it was it was a while back since I had this, but let's try it again. Cheers. Oh, that's smooth. Man. It's easy to drink. Let's put it that way. Like I just said, smooth, easy to drink, creamy mouthfeel, soft, subtle. Body is feeling like a medium, but kind of pushing full. I'd say more on the medium though, the high medium. Mid medium, right there, just medium mouthfeel. Does have a dryness on the tongue on the tip all the way back. There is a slight dryness, which is probably why I'm not getting that cloying feel, that sweetness, the sweet. It's sweet, but it's not really because it dries off so quickly. But that doesn't take away the flavors of the beer. You're still getting that kind of raisin. I'd say more raisin, not date. More of a raisin, like almost plummy or a raisin kind of thing. I don't know what it is. It's weird. More on the raisin side though. It's tangy on the tonsils and the sides of my cheek. I'm getting this tangy kind of feel on the tongue, on the side of the tongue, and then it dries off and goes down. The alcohol is definitely it's there, but it's very subdued. It's very relaxed. So it's not pushing a bunch of fumes and stuff like that. It's not hard to drink. Dangerous 11.9% here. Excuse me. God. Carbonation, I'd say, would be like on the low side because it is softer. So it's got kind of a low. This has been out for maybe 20 minutes. Well, since we started the show, so 37 minutes. So it's probably serving temps probably around, I don't know, 55 or so, 55 degrees in here, 60. Very nice. Very nice. This is a really good beer. Okay, so the cheese I'm showing today is the Cathedral City English mature aged English cheddar cheese, the white cheddar. Did it last week, but I didn't have time to get another brick of cheese, so here we go. That's what it looks like. Untainted, not yellow, totally natural cheddar. It's even got a little bit of it's got the white stuff on the front of it. It smells like salty, sweet, and nutty. Very nutty, sweet, like that smells like a very nice cheddar. It's nice to revisit it, actually. I haven't had it all week, so it was kind of cool to go back to it. Very good. It was a good cheese, and we'll taste it again. So let's let me show you the breakage. So it's very crumbly. It just breaks. It doesn't bend. Here we go. Cheesers.
Cheesers. And rice.
And tuna. Yeah, so it's definitely cow milky kind of taste. It's of course it's cow milky.
Could have been goat.
Got that like right out of the teat kind of milk. It's like that real nice farmy kind of milky taste. With a nice nuttiness, somewhat medium thick or hardness. It's so you have to kind of chew it. Yeah, it's got that milk taste that you get out of the condensed milk. You get that condensed milk taste. tart, sweet, salty, nutty, buttery to some extent in the finish. Kind of nice. There's no crystals or anything like that. I wish there was. I said that last week too, but maybe there's some crystals somewhere in this thing, but I'm not getting them right now. But let's get a smaller one so I don't have to like go crazy trying to chew it before the beer. So we're gonna do 2 beers and some narwhal. Let's see if this works better. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Maury Povich? Are you talking about Maury? All right. All my other cheese got hard in the fridge, so I had to use this one. All right. Here we go. There's that. There's the cheese. Yum. Ooh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Takes away that dark fruity kind of flavor. Kind of brings more cherry. Starting to get a little like black cherry caramels coming through. Not so much that toffee-ish butterscotchy kind of butter thing, but more it kind of lifts the diacetyl feeling out of it, and just kind of it brings in like this nice lighter kind of caramely kind of taste with some lighter fruits. Wow, that's good. That was really good. That's a good cheese to mix with this one. Let's try it one more time. Small sliver. Just leave a little cheese in the mouth. It breaks it up. It breaks the beer up a little bit because it's such a complex beer. It kind of like neutralizes it. Everything gets neutralized, and it allows you to like taste everything perfectly itemized in your mouth. It's all bing, bang, 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 bing. It's like a little computer in your mouth. Like everything works out perfect. It's computers, Luke John, my AI guy. No, this is really good. Let's do the beer before cheese now. Oh, too much cheese. This is a real chewy one. I have like 5 teeth. Speaking of gumming, that's kind of good too because you almost don't want, like, it does have a little bit of a cloy. There is a little sweetness, so you're like, okay, I need something to kind of counteract that. So that kind of works both ways. It's one of those both ways ones. But then you just want to drink more of the beer again, you know? So it's like, okay. But that works out good. It actually, the cheese was brought out a little more through the beer. But like I said, I don't know. That was weird. I think I like the cheese before beer first before I would say I like the beer before the cheese on this one. But they do both ways. So I'll have my last thoughts. Let's go ahead and bring up Chadeo for his last thoughts. Cheers.
Okay, so yeah, I was listening to you guys and all your cheese and beeriness. I cut up my cheese that way I can melt it easier for dinner. It's a huge freaking pile, man. It's a lot. So for the Murray's Roth Havarti, plain Havarti, it's good. I mean, it's buttery, it's creamy, it's delicious, melty. I'll give it I'll probably put it 91. Not the best. I prefer, flavored Havartis over just plain Havarti, but still really good. As for the Samuel Smith Nut Brown, I like this beer. It was probably one of the first beers I ever had, like craft beer wise, 10, 15 years ago. Probably about over 10. Yeah, it had to have been. I forgot what year it was. Maybe 15, almost 20 years ago. I'm giving 95 out of 100. It's a really good Nut brown ale. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. We got Bumpy next.
Hold on.
Okay. I don't know why that was funny. You're just a funny guy.
Now it's funny.
Funny guy.
Yeah, so for the let's start off with the cheese. I mean, it was a decent cheese. It was like I kept mentioning it as being almost like just a French onion dip. I mean, it works. I think it can work in its own right. Like what you're doing, you can melt it. You can definitely use it as a spread on something that you need some French onion on, maybe on some chicken or something. Might be really good. Because we do a chicken that has those those the French's, the
Yes.
crispy,
Yes.
crispy onions there.
About a mashed
Yeah.
potato.
Yeah, so we do chicken with that and mustard, honey mustard. And that's a pretty good chicken dish. So I think like this Havarti would, because it's definitely gonna melt. It's super, it melts in your mouth and in your hand. But yeah, so you could definitely melt this over some chicken, give it some good flavors and stuff.
Melt it over potato.
Yeah, or in a potato would be really good. That'd work well. So yeah, it has its purposes. Eating it on its own and just I like a cheese that kind of has the cheese flavors more that will stand out. And then have some of the background. I mean, you still got some of that kind of butteriness from the Havarti and stuff, but I'll say this cheese is very good for what it is. The beer, the Kolsch style ale from unseen creatures. It was definitely a different Kolsch than I've ever had. It wasn't like bad. It just wasn't quite what I was looking forward to having in my glass. So I'd probably put this one. I'd put it, as far as like Kolsch's go, I'd say it's like top end good, like bottom end very good, because it is different. But if I'm looking for more of that kind of citrusiness. I think a little more brightness out of it. Anyways, the pairing was fantastic. So I am glad that this beer was the way it was, because it just worked so well with the cheese. So there you go.
Oh, that's great.
Cheers. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Cool.
an idiot.
You didn't waste your money.
I forgot to
And
skin it.
if I can get those lion's eyes to hit just right with the light, look at that.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
That's
And the
better.
hair has some pinkness to it.
Dude, that's cool.
It's
That's
very
really
cool.
They glow.
I wonder what it would do under a black light.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. All right, dude. Thank you, Bumpy. Good stuff.
Cheers.
All right, let's bring up Sparkle.
About the beer. Interestingly enough, a few minutes after I had the cheer with the bees, the beer with the cheese. I didn't have that much. There was a sweetness left over. It was like a sweet salt, sweet saltiness. Because it's supposed to have the salt and the lime, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just not my thing. So I don't want to give it a terrible score. I think I could give it an 85. It's got some body to it, and it's nice and clear. It seems to go down well, and it pairs, nicely with this cheese. I think it would pair quite nicely with anything but goat cheese, but that's my opinion. Uh, but my feeling on goat cheese, and I'm still gonna try it. But
You still got to do that
again,
honey goat tube and
I
a
do.
sour.
I
Oh
do,
yeah,
right? I keep
yeah.
forgetting about that. I need to be fair about it. You're right. Um, so I think beer like an 85, but the cheese, bar none. That's like up in the mid 90s for me because it is versatile. It is just a great cheese by itself, on any kind of cracker, melted on a, pizza muffin, maybe. But it is a wonderful all around great cheese. So I'm going to give that a 98. And I think it's great together. So we're looking at somewhere around 96 for the two.
Oh, that's great. That's a
No,
great score.
I didn't mean 96. 80, whatever, 85 and, you know, 90 whatever come out to be. So we're still looking maybe low 90s together.
Low 90s, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
my
That
math
still works
isn't the
though. That's
best.
good. Well, they can't always be super great, you know. It's just
Right.
that.
It wasn't objectionable,
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
you
no,
know.
I understand. Cool.
Objection.
I object.
Overruled.
Come on, ah, with my white wig and my black robe, I object.
There you
Okay.
go.
So thank you, Sparkle. Cheers. Great
Cheers.
scores. You guys have had some good stuff, fairly good stuff, and some better than good. But awesome. I'm glad that you didn't waste your money this week. To some extent anyway. Yeah, B plus, Wayne says. Um, or Isle of Fire, if you want me to call you that. Or Bud, or Joe. Hey man, what's up, dude? What's up, Wayne? All right. Yeah, dude. So this beer, the Narwhal, is freaking good. It's more of your like deep, rich caramel. It's very complex. It's got that dark fruit on its own. I'm talking about. It's got that. It's pretty nice. It's got the little barrel agey kind of thing, a little barrel vanilla, like they did in I think they aged it in some bourbon barrels. I want to say because it did kind of have like that bourbony kind of thing, or whiskey, if anything. But it brought on a little bit of vanilla and then some of that caramel top, more of a toffee, like a burnt caramel toffee butterscotchy kind of thing. Diacetyl came to my mind. But anyway, I would give this beer for the complexity for what it is, and because it's something they brew all the time, and it's fucking sells great. I'm gonna give it like at least an excellent, and as Bumpy would say in his scoring, but like a 90, maybe a 94, 94 out of 100. Very good stuff. All right. The cheese, I don't know what I scored it last week, but I would say, I mean, it's so delicious. It's just so nice. Very buttery, sweet, salt, milky, condensed milk. Very nice nuttiness there as well. Good stuff. I'd give it a 96 out of 100. The pairing was pretty cool, actually. It took away a lot of the sweetness that you would get out of this beer. Even though it was a drying beer, it did have some sweetness, and it took that sweetness out, the cloy. So it was kind of nice to be able to enjoy the beer with that cheese and not get all sickened in your throat over the. Sometimes they get kind of like so much to where you're like the complexities of different flavors. Um, but not to say the beer is bad, just that's what it kind of does to your throat, your esophagus, or whatever, because there's so much going on. But the pairing, beer before or cheese before beer was the best, but it was a good on the both ways kind of thing. I liked it because it took that the weird gaggingness that you would get out of the complex beer out of the picture and allowed me to enjoy the beer more. Where I had the beer before the cheese, and that still did it, but I still wanted to have more beer after that. So I think it would be better to have cheese before beer. And I think the pairing was great. And I would give it a 93 out of 100. I'll say 93 right there.
Nice.
Right at the A, almost A in the middle. So good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and bring us up. Let me get everyone sorted. And now is the time where you guys shout it out. Go for it.
I forgot to rate the pairing because I'm a dum dum, but pairing was okay. 85. It worked partially. It worked one way, another way it just completely didn't. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
nice 85 on it. Shout outs on my channel. Music reviews or music reactions, British reactions. I may bring occasional food and drink reviews back from time to time. We shall see. Other shout outs. Today is Todd's birthday over at 21090. So happy birthday to Todd. So check out 21090 after the stream. Cheers. Because they're live.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Chadeo. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Love you.
Yeah. You know what time it is?
Yeah. It's
Oh, my next. Sorry.
No, it's me.
Oh, I thought.
I'm just
Okay.
looking. I'm looking for.
Bumpy's just not prepared.
Yeah, I'm never prepared. I'm gonna shout out Squatchy Brew Dude though again because
that's it.
why not? Let's. I'm trying to copy his link.
Did you see his dude? Did you see his shout out he did?
Yeah, to both you
On
and
both
I.
of us. Yeah, yeah. He's gonna visit you and me. That's cool, dude.
Go ahead and
I hope
subscribe to him. We're trying to get him up there. He doesn't have many subscribers. I told him I would get him at least one subscriber. So if there's one person that's not subscribed to that guy, go ahead and do it. And then I have succeeded in life.
Well, you're a successful human being. I just said. So there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't unsubscribe for at least 5 days. So yeah, check him out though. Fun guy doing different breweries. It's like kind of like like a brewery review type thing. He's talking about some of the beers. He's drinking some beers. He throws in some interesting stuff in his videos. Music, a lot of music stuff.
Right.
Seems like that. Old TV ads or whatever else. He's just kind of witty, I guess, on that end. Almost Bumpyism-esque, but not as much. On my channel, I have my beer reviews, so I try to put a couple of those out a week. I also have my frozen pizza reviews. I try to put at least one of those out a week if I can. Sometimes it's difficult with all the other food that I eat in life just to survive. So I try not to overstuff myself. And then sometimes I'll be cooking. I might be out either on my smoker, grilling, using it as a grill, or my griddle. Who knows? I even cook on the stove sometimes, but I prefer to be outside doing it. It's just, I don't know, it's more fun. So if I have the time availability, sometimes I'll film myself doing that. So I also have that, and that goes under the cooking, grilling, smoking portion of my channel, which is Bumpyisms. Change the name to Bumpyisms.
Bumpyisms.
For the 14th time in 6 months. Just kidding.
Going on me, bro.
No.
This would be my third channel name. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Funny. Well,
All right.
I want to shout out a dear friend who is an artist, and I'll tell you why I want to shout her out. Excuse me. Her channel name is Perfection Art by Tracy. She's this amazing person who supports so many of us. In fact, created a group for those of us who have not reached 1,000 subscribers, and it's called 1,000 Below. On the 28th, there will be a big collaboration for those who are under, as well as celebrating those who have gone past but were part of the group. So one way to support the people that haven't, well, any of them actually, is to watch my premiere on that day, and then the others will be listed as well. And so anyway, it should be a lot of fun. We're doing something a little different. We had to pick out colors that use the initials of our name, which is harder than you think. But anyway, so it'll be a fun day. And starting, I think, around 3 in the afternoon Pacific, roughly around there. But if you, it'll give you a chance to support her who has, put this together in the last, I think it's been over a year actually, and or just under, but she's a great gal and very supportive and a fabulous artist. Perfection by Tracy. Perfection Art by Tracy.
Is she drinking a beer while she's doing this?
I think she might be doing some other things. But no, she is just a heck of a gal, and she does some beautiful pieces and has fun doing it, which is great.
That's even better. Yeah.
So that's my shout.
I prefer liquid bread. Nice, Sparkle. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so well, I'll just get the shouts first. So one guy I was looking at, I was just going down my list of people that have subscribed to me, and I need to I hope I subscribe back to this guy. But yeah, look, I did. 197 subscribers. Another guy that needs some more subscribers. Let's get him going. He's got 1,000 videos and 197. So Ben the Beer Lad. I don't know if one of you guys shouted him out or not, but I'm gonna put the link up. I need to go check out his stuff. But his last one was a Sure Shot, Second Birthday Deepa, Full Circle, and then he did Full Circle Abyss, Call Me Dragon. Yeah, I don't know. I need to look at this guy's stuff. But he looks like a death rocker. But and then you got someone who changed his channel name as well, Mr. B. Mr. B's Homebrews and Beer Reviews. Used to be Bromhall's Beer Reviews. His last thing he put up was Quantock Brewery. This guy's out of England now. We're gonna need a bigger boat, Nipa. Kind of a cool label. Great home brewer as well. He's won some awards with his stuff and knows what he's talking about. So I always like to listen to him and Shark, as well as Bumpy. And there's so many others that have a lot of knowledge. So as well as Chadeo. Chadeo's got some knowledge as well. Yeah, I just want to shout out my stuff now. Beer and Cheese Tuesday is the same next week. Beer and Cheese every second week of the month, as Bumpy said earlier in the chat, is going to be open. So bring anything you want with cheese, of course. And yeah, so that's 8 o'clock Eastern. And then tomorrow is All Spun Out. Wednesday starts our kind of gauntlet kind of thing. It's not really gauntlet anymore, but well, it kind of is. We drink all day.
I got my shirt, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, sweet. Good. All right. Cool. I'm gonna have to think of some other designs for that too. That's just the core shirt design, but as Bumpy has there, yeah.
Yes, yes. And you know what? I put it in the drawer and I was gonna wear it tonight and I
Oh,
forgot.
no worries. No, you lock that up.
I'll wear it tomorrow and see what the docs say when I
oh, there you go. Well, I've got some beers that I'll be shooting shooting your way. Actually, everyone on the panel here and some others. So you'll get a couple beers from me. You'll get the Kolsch, which I'm going to put into competition on April 5th. So I need to get that going fast. That's going to Texas, and then to you guys. So hopefully the Kolsch, and this is me and Bumpy's effort here in this one.
Nice.
So as far as their ingredients go, and everything else, the collaboration of the recipe and stuff. I did switch some things myself, but you did put in the 30-minute addition. You did put in the addition of the wheat malt, which I thought was great. And it really did come out very nice. It's got that fruity kind of thing, like you were talking about earlier, not that earthy. So it's turned out very nice. So I hope you guys like it. But we'll get that going, and then June I'm going to be making a Schwarzbier, a black lager. I'm just waiting on my goddamn excuse my French, God, but my chiller, so I can control the temps because it's using a German lager yeast, and I need to be able to time that perfectly. But we'll get that going in June for another competition. Shark Home Brewing got me going on competitions, so I'm kind of glad because it needs to happen. I am not trying to boast on myself here, but
Go for it.
But I am trying to get a 5-year plan going so I can get a brew pub going in the near future. So hopefully we can get some bubble gut out at least locally for now, and then we'll see how it goes later.
Nice.
But if there's anything else I'm thinking of, that's really all I have at the moment. So cheers. 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 Yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers
What's
to the
taking so long? What's taking so long with the whatever you call it that you're waiting on?
Kolsch's take a while. That's just that they naturally take a long time to
The chiller or whatever.
Oh, the conditioning, the lagering. Yeah. Well, it's been a month and a half in the cooler. And right now they're in cans, so they're just kind of crashing in the cans. Yep. But they'll be perfect by the time you guys get them. The Westie though, that's another thing I forgot to mention that I got a beer.
No, what you're waiting on so that you can do the beer in the next competition, the one in June.
The chiller. So I need it's a glycol chiller that I ordered for like 150 less than what they actually go for, and I had to wait like 5 months to get this damn thing in the mail, and they haven't told me anything. And I'm like, what's going on? I need this fucking thing.
Yeah.
But so hopefully we'll get that. It chills down. It's a coil that goes into my fermenter here, and it's a coil, and it has glycol down here in the little like container, and you set the temperature, and it chills it to whatever temp that lager yeast needs to thrive off of. So, or any beer really. It could be the hottest day in the world, and you can keep it at 70 degrees or whatever, So, China. Yeah. But no, cheers to first of all the community, man. You guys rock, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up at Beer and Cheese. Yeah, man, we've been doing this a long time. So just appreciate you guys showing up and showing your love. And thanks to the panel as well. Cheers to Chadeo, Bumpyisms, and Lori. Let's say Art by Sparkle, her channel name. Cheers, guys and gal. Thank you.
Cheers.
We don't have Alex to set it straight, so Bumpyisms is on the Canada Dry.
Oh yeah, peach and mango. I'm learning our fruit flavors.
I like that.
Different.
They're good to have in between. Oh yeah, hydrate yourself. All right, so had to step away. Let's see, had to step away for a few to chew on some grindage. Whilst I ever so slowly some tasty food. That's right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take off. We got 14,000 strong. You guys want to hang out? We're gonna be hanging for a little bit. Excuse me. In the back, unless we have some other place to go. But the link's in the back for those that have it. I'm not gonna throw it up. But you guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world. Hopefully you have that last sip. But now after one more sip. Cheers.
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 Mm-hmm. I love beer. I love gold.